What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today we're going to be discussing the future of Battlefield 6. A lot of people are very concerned about how this game is going to actually turn out. Different things are being talked about. Leaks have been coming out. We're going to be discussing all these different things later into this video, but I just want to let you guys know what you're watching. We're going to be starting off with some Battlefield 1, moving over to some Insurgency Sandstorm, and I don't know what I'm going to end it with. Maybe I'll end off with maybe some Squad or maybe some Rainbow Six Siege gameplay. I don't know which one, but we're going to have about 3 different games for today's commentary. Now, there has been a lot of things being spoken about when it comes to Battlefield 6, or whatever you want to call it. Apparently, it's supposed to just be called Battlefield, but just for my safety, I think Battlefield 6 is the easiest thing to put on, because if I just start putting Battlefield in all my titles, I don't think people will know specifically what I'm talking about or what the video is about. It's much easier to say Battlefield 6 because people are going to think, oh, Battlefield 5 just came out, so you must be talking about the next Battlefield game, Battlefield 6, regardless if that's going to be the title of it or not. But it's been a lot of leaks and rumors going out about this game. A lot of good things as well. Sound audio is being leaked, images, and hopefully, we're going to see some gameplay very soon. But I think that's the biggest concern right now in the community, is that we haven't seen anything yet about this game, especially since EA has been saying that we're going to be seeing something very shortly. They keep constantly saying that. So, even if the head of, the publishers is saying that we're going to see something very shortly, yet we've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks, still, months plus now, and we still haven't seen anything. It's kind of concerning to a lot of the player base. But I think what I'm going to be doing today is just trying to calm you guys down, settle everyone down, because I know it's a lot of stuff to be taken in. A lot of people are worried, especially after what we've been getting in the FPS genre. It's been a lot of struggles for us. Call of Duty, Battlefield, and there's not many other games out there that can give those vibes. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys different gameplay like Insurgency Sandstorm and stuff like that, which is another tactical shooter, which you can kind of resemble to Battlefield, but at the end of the day, they're 2 completely different games. Call of Duty and Battlefield are much more arcadey styled games. That's why they're so popular. That's why they make all the money they do. So it's very hard to mimic those titles. And when Battlefield 5 came out, it was a complete flop, and we had to deal with that game for 2 years. And Call of Duty, as you all know, has been an absolute disaster. And we've been dealing with this crap for not only 2 years with Modern Warfare and Cold War, but multiple times in the past as well with Advanced Warfare. A lot of people hated Infinite Warfare. Call of Duty Ghosts, a lot of people hated. World War II, a lot of people hated in the beginning. A lot of people have issues with a lot of the Call of Duty games that are coming out nowadays. And we've been in a drought. It hasn't been anything too fun to play. So a lot of people are really putting all of their money on Battlefield 6 to come and save the whole FPS franchise. And it's concerning now. They're all concerned because, once again, they want this game to save us. They want this game to be successful, but at the same time, they see how they're handling the title. And they're copying, they're mimicking other publishers who have said the same exact thing. We're ready. The game is looking great. And then they go ahead and they push back trailers. They push back release dates. They keep saying they're not ready with the game yet, and then when the game releases, it's in a horrible state. Black Ops Cold War, for an example, Cyberpunk, for an example. It's a lot of games I can list right now, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But so many different development teams are doing this nowadays. They just won't release a complete product, but they go ahead and they try to hype us up anyways. They tell us basically lies before the game is actually released. And then, obviously, when the game is done and is ready to go, it's absolute garbage. But I do not think that Battlefield is going to take this same path. I don't think it's going to turn out bad. Now, yes, in the beginning of the game, it might be a little rough. As we all know, Battlefield games tend to typically start out that way. Buggy, glitchy, tons of issues. God only knows if we're going to get a lot of content, but apparently, according to the leaks, there's going to be tons of maps. So if that is true, then we're going to be in a very good spot here. But the bugs and glitches, that's going to happen. That's guaranteed. It happens in every single Battlefield game, and it's going to take a while for it to get polished off until it's actually in a very playable state. But at the end of the day, you have to think about it. Battlefield lasts much longer than Call of Duty. So even though it might take a little while for them to actually perfect the game and make it actually run good, by the time that they do that, we're still going to have a year plus to actually sit down and enjoy the title. And by then, there's going to be new DLC content, new weapons probably, a lot of stuff to play with. It's going to be a very complete and fun game. And all the Battlefields usually follow that same pattern. Battlefield 5 was just an oddball. Whenever you think of that game, people think of a disaster. How the developers talked to their fans, how it was a lack of content in the very beginning of the game, how it didn't feel like a World War II shooter. A lot of people said it felt like a Battlefield 1 DLC. It was a disaster of a game. And when people think of Battlefield nowadays, that's what they think of. So when they think of the future of Battlefield, all they can see is Battlefield 5, and they're worried. They're scared, but I do not see them pulling it once again. That was the one single time. All the other launches were usually typically very solid. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, all those games in their own special ways were very unique and fun, including Hardline as well. Hardline was a very hated Battlefield game in the whole franchise, yet and still it's very fun to play. It's enjoyable. It still has the vibes of a Battlefield game, and they did in a Cops and Crooks theme. It was pretty badass. The point I'm trying to make here is that no times in the past have they fully disappointed us. Yes, there's always been issues. Yes, there's always things that we had to complain about and try to resolve with the developers. But at the end of the day, we still got a finished product. You know, nowadays with Call of Duty, it takes a full year for them to get the game complete. And then it's a 50-50 chance if it'll even be good by the end of the year. You know, Modern Warfare, for example, there were so many problems with it, so many issues with it, and still at the end of the cycle, we still don't have things like Dead Silence as a perk, a regular minimap, a lot of things that make Call of Duty fun we still haven't seen return. It's literally a 50-50 chance, like Black Ops 4 is a good example. That game turned out good. World War II is another good example. That game turned out good. So it's like, you never know what's going to be like, but all these games, Black Ops 4, World War II, Modern Warfare, Black Ops Cold War, they all start out trash in the beginning, and it takes a full year to get it done, but a Call of Duty game is on a yearly cycle. So there's no point. Nobody's ever going to play these games. Nobody cares if they're fixed. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, it's a brand new Call of Duty game to replace it already. And that new Call of Duty game is going to be broken. And then by the time that one's fixed, they're going to have another Call of Duty game to replace it. That one's going to be broken. And then by the time that one's fixed in the year span, they're going to have another Call of Duty. You see what I'm saying here? The cycle's ridiculously stupid. It's made to just basically make us waste money. And they allow the developers to do absolutely nothing. They could be as lazy as they want, put out a completely half-assed project, and wait all year to make it a normal $6 game. And then they finally make a new Call of Duty game once again. That shouldn't be fair. It shouldn't be fair. That's not how it should be done. And that's why I'm saying, as a Battlefield fan, if you are worried that Battlefield 6 isn't going to turn out good or it's not going to be what you want it to be, do not stress or worry. Even Battlefield 5, a game that's an absolute disaster, in my personal opinion, probably one of the worst Battlefield games ever made, that's still even good. Still to this day, after they fixed all the things, after they changed the time to kill back to normal, after they added different features into the game to make it a better Battlefield experience, they actually made it solid. The thing that's always great about Battlefield games is at its core, they always make sure Battlefield plays like Battlefield. Call of Duty, on the other hand, doesn't copy that formula. They could care less about 6v6 now. As you guys can obviously see, Warzone has taken every last bit of all of their attention to the point where 6v6 is completely pointless now. All of their games are literally revolved around Warzone. And even if EA DICE comes out with a new Battle Royale, not the one that came out like Fireteam or Firestorm, whatever it was in Battlefield 5, that was a complete absolute disaster. It was a flop. Not that. If they come out with a brand new one that's free to play, I don't think it's going to take the main focus. It just can't. They always make sure Battlefield plays good. They don't even release the BRs. Like Firestorm, they didn't even release that at first. They made sure that Battlefield 5 was more polished, more fixed, and it was good to go in the main Conquest game mode before they worried about branching off to a BR. If the BR comes out and it's good, that's just a +1. That's just even better for us Battlefield fans, because that means we're going to get a very well polished off Battlefield game, plus an insanely polished off Battle Royale experience that's made by EA DICE to represent Battlefield 6. We could be in a very good situation, and this could be bad news for Call of Duty. Yes, Warzone is doing amazing for the Call of Duty fans, but at its core, the 6v6 experience is awful. And if Warzone does decide to die one day, or if it just gets boring or stale, or something else comes out that competes and is definitely better than Warzone, Call of Duty is screwed. They have nothing to fall back on. They put so much of their focus into the Warzone experience that 6v6 is dead now. So if this game mode goes away, they're screwed. Nobody's going to come back and play their 6v6 experience. They're going to move on and play something else. They're probably going to play the next big BR. That's going to be a different story for Battlefield, though. You know, if their Battle Royale experience dies, their game will still thrive on. Just like Firestorm, even though that game mode died, Battlefield 5 still has tons of players who play it. Battlefield 5 still has a ton of attention. Even though it's not the best Battlefield game out there, it still gets attention and it still gets love from the community regardless, despite the Battle Royale being a success or a failure, because they always worry about their conquest or their main Battlefield experience first before anything else. I promise you guys, do not worry about a thing when it comes to anything. Like I said, I know people are stressed that the trailer isn't out yet. I know people are stressed because they think that the game is in a very bad state, but don't worry about it. These developers know what they're doing. Like I said, EA DICE has brought in pretty much every development team to come and work on this project. And also they specified very clearly that it's going to be 100 plus people in every single game that we play. On top of that, with this fancy engine of Battlefield, that's a next-gen experience. There's barely any games that can hold 128 players as a conquest experience. Battle Royale, that's a different story because there's not much going on. But when you have that many players in a large-scaled map with tanks, helicopters, explosions, buildings falling, structures changing, it's very hard and stressful on all of your software, so it's definitely a game that's going to be designed for next gen. Definitely. And with that being said, I have all high hopes for this game to come out and be a great Battlefield title. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this commentary. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both those links are down in the description. And also, if you catch you live streaming the video games, I do that over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.